Hello and welcome to Game Spoils, Timesync Neverwinter Edition. This game entered into open alpha recently, and I have to admit, when I first heard about it, I was kind of like, because it seemed like they were making a lot of the wrong decisions. But, well, it's actually pretty good. The most promising thing in here is the Foundry, and I can't access that until I have a character who is level 15, which I don't have yet, and depending on how it is, I may do a separate video just about the Foundry and the Foundry-related levels. You can also rename your character for $4. I also may end up re-rolling this character because the hair clipping through the collar on the outfit is driving me crazy. But that's more of a personal problem. I just hate it when they screw that up. So I would re-roll her with a different hairstyle. Anyway, I will be showing you this character in a minute. At first, I will be showing you character creation. There are 3 servers. Mind Flayer, Beholder, and Dragon. I'm playing on Beholder, I believe. Yes. It opens with a cutscene. The cutscene's actually pretty shiny. Also features undead and dying flowers, and great big Dracoliches and elf women with flaky faces and things. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I actually haven't sat through the entire opening. I just wanted to see if the game was any good. I didn't want to sit through this, but it's pretty long, so I'll just skip it. Yeah, there's the Dracolich, and there's the flaking skin, and yeah. We get to watch him attack the city, and then some, heroes that aren't you defend it. Anyway, here's character creation. You can be male or female. And there's more races here than were advertised on the website. And also a coming soon thing, meaning that they will be adding more. That's a good thing. So it can be a half-orc, a human, an elf, a half-elf, a dwarf, right, a halfling, tieflings, and I may as well show you the males on the others. There we go. And down here you can find out what their racials are. This game is loosely, and I mean extremely loosely, based on 4th edition Dungeons & Dragons. The setting's D&D. The rule set is not, for the most part. I'll get into the specifics on that in a minute. But who do I want to roll here? Let's make a dwarf. Dwarves are resistant to dots? I thought it was supposed to be poisons. I guess that makes sense that they would just classify it as dots in this. And you can either get 2 Constitution and Strength, or Constitution Wisdom. And the ability to not get knocked on your ass. It's kind of useful. Class-wise, again, there is a Coming Soon button. For the moment, there are 2 flavors of warrior. Using a giant 2-handed sword, using a sword and shield for flavors. One of them's obviously a tank. You also have the Trickster Rogue, Devoted Cleric, and Control Wizard. Devoted Cleric is the kind that doesn't use a mace for anything. You literally just spellcast on everything. These 2 are the only ranged classes, really. I mean, the Rogue can throw daggers, but they're mostly about, well, melee backstabbing stuff. Hence the Trickster stuff. It's more or less you're picking a kit, not a class. Which is one of the first things that stands out here. Because it's not Dungeons and Dragons in the, like, I pick a rogue and I will make this rogue exactly the way I want to. They say, you are a trickster rogue, you are dual-wielding daggers, and you are backstabbing. The only weapons you can equip are daggers, and the only skills you can pick are the ones that they classify as trickster rogue skills. So there's no, like, going with a greater cleave barbarian type fighter who can also throw on a shield and tank when necessary. There's no doing that. It's like you're one or the other. I think I'll try out one of these guys. The fighter is the only one with a block, as far as I can tell. Everybody else either has a dodge or a teleport or a dash or something. So this is pretty much this is going to be your tank. But let's see how these guys work. This is, frankly, weird. Now, yes, you can pick... I want to do Constitution Strength because I'm going with the Warrior here. That's perfect. Now, you've got primary stats, secondary stats, and dump stats. Pretty much everybody handles them like this. It's like, if you're a Warrior, you're going to put stuff in here, and they give you a roll. And you can roll, but here's the thing that's really strange about it. Watch what happens. I roll 20. Because I got the +2 to Strength, the +2 to Constitution. 20, 15, 13. Now, if I roll for another 20, eventually, it will be 20, 15, 13. These numbers are always the same. It's like if I take an 18, I can get 15, 15. Strength. But it always just like, it's like 17, 17, 13. They're not really random. It's like if you get a 20, you will have 2 13s. Here. And these will be, 2 of these will be 10s and one of them will be an 8. It's just the way that it's set up. And the way that they're assigned is completely random, which I kind of wish they'd just let you pick the values and put them in at this point. Because you're just doing this until you get the exact combination that you happen to want. It's not actually random. Because, once again, it's like if I roll to 20, 20, 15, 13. Or 18, 13, 13 before numbers. Then I have 10, 8, 10. The only difference is which one of these is the 8. And if I go with a 18, again, it's like, is this one the 15 or is this the 15? And you get a couple extra points in here. The numbers are always the same, they're just randomly assigned. And so it's not nearly as... There's no point sitting here just re-rolling. It's just you decide whether you want to max out your primary stat or go with a high primary stat and have a few extra points in your other things. Whatever. I'm just going to go with the straight 20 in strength because why not? And we will take a look at dwarf character customization. That's kind of a terrifying guy there. Look at the nose on that guy. If you're going to customization, you have hair options. Fair number. And, of course, hair color. So, we'll give him, like, spiky red hair. And his eyes. He is completely blind! He is the worst fighter ever! And he can do, like, the one blind eye thing. I can even go with, like, a bloody red eye, which is just, like, creepy as all hell. I'll go with the blind eye, why not? It's not like it affects the game at all. And you have your 3 eyebrow types. I'll go with bushy, because yes. Now, it's a dwarf. How many dwarves have freaking stubble? Come on, need a beard. What's the biggest beard? The dwarf epic beard. Epic beard 2. That's just puny. It's just a mustache. I'm going with the epic beard 2. Come on. So you can't play a dwarf with like a short stubby beard? Seriously? Got a couple of skins. You can go with young, handsome, and you can go old and wrinkly. And you have tattoo options. So if you want to do creepy stars around the eyes or this stuff. Actually, the dwarf has a lot more tattoos than some of the other races. Grey wolf. In hot pink? Ooh. Let's do it. You can barely see it, but it's there. He has purple tattoos on his face. May as well put a scar over the blind eye. Why not? It's looking kind of badass now. You have your usual kind of sliders, so you can go big head style if you want. And body shape, you have toned, fat, and skinny. I'm all with heavy because he's a dwarf. And independent sliders as well. So if you want to have, like, ridiculously large feet, you can do that. With scrawny legs. But, yeah, I mean, they give you a decent amount. Over here, you have, according to this, and from what I've seen in the game, this is purely just for flavor purposes. But you can pick an origin. You pick a city that you're from, and an origin story. I kind of wish that these did have an impact. But you can, like, be a sheltered student who uses a giant broadsword. Roar! Yes. Perfect. And I will be a dwarf that worships... There is no agonistic option. Yes. Perfect. And actually, there's some decent random names here. Ravok Strife Miner. Sure. When you start off, it's level 1, of course. That's another thing that's a bit different with this game. The level cap is 60, which is flat out unheard of in Dungeons & Dragons. Yeah, Dracolich, boat gets wrecked. You wash up on the shore. You'd be amazed as to how often this happens in D&D stories.
Hey, are you alright?
Yes. Oh. You actually have different movement animations there. Cool.
Thank the gods. When I saw the Dracolich attack the ship, I was afraid there'd be no survivors. What brings you to Neverwinter in such troubled times? Welcome home, I think. Not a very auspicious homecoming, is it? Neverwinter's under attack. The necromancer Valindra is assaulting the city with her undead legions.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
Press Z to toggle it on and off. Waypoints appear on the map to mark your quest objectives.
Oh, shut up, tutorial voice guy. I know all this stuff. I do have to give them credit for trying to voice act everything, but it's not the best voice acting. I've heard worse, but I've heard better, too. The way the game works is, if you've ever played it, it's basically like a mix of Terra Online and Guild Wars 2. There, I have a sword and I'll have some armor. Ooh, cracks. So, you swing your sword in as an attack thing, and you don't have the cursor on the screen as default. Your WASD to move around. Spacebar jumps. Double tap makes you run in this particular case. Different characters have different shift moves. The rogue rolls, the mage blinks, the cleric kind of does a slightly hover thing, and he runs. The guardian blocks. They don't get a repositioning move. One of the few flaws with the game that I've seen is it seems like
Out of combat players.
this type of warrior will always use two-handed swords. They don't have the option of, say, equipping a big axe or equipping a big mace, which is a little disappointing. All the classes are restricted to very specific weapon combinations.
Good to meet you. It's good to see
Yes,
someone
yes, yes.
survive. Although we stopped Valindra's main force, the battle...
The questing in the game is pretty much standard, like, go here, do this
Having a reticule of
type
objects and
questing.
enemies to target.
This area is really bad for showing it off, though, because the enemies here, if I can find any, apparently somebody's been through here and cleaned the hell out of the place. Yep, somebody's really been clearing the heck out of here. But the enemies in this area are completely non-aggressive. Completely non-aggressive. They just stand there until you start hacking at them. Also, I'm getting some weird graphical glitches here with the flashing trees. That's just different. Yeah, you stand up, please.
Be careful out there.
I like being able to run. That's something my rogue can't do.
We were lucky to drive Valindra's forces
Guide
back.
displays everything
Thank you
get
for
to
aiding the
leveling up.
wounded. They wouldn't have survived much longer with all the undead roving about. I tried to get medical
Sometimes the
supplies,
tutorial guy
reinforcements,
talks
as soon as
over the
possible.
quest guys, and that's
Fortunately,
annoying.
the problems of our-
Now, I'm going to show you leveling up real quick, because I may as well. When you level up, you get this screen, usually, which tells you what you can actually do with it. Which is handy, because you can just click on stuff and you can view it. Your first 5 levels, it, by default, puts 1 point into each of these skills. After that, you get to choose where your points get put. Each time you level up, you get 1 point. You can put up to 2 ranks into any of this tier of abilities until you have 20 points spent, and then you can put the rank 3 in. Same thing works through here. So apparently you need to have 20 points to put your 3rd rank in to anything. Now, anything that's green is an at-will power. You can use these anytime you want. Like right now I have Reaping Strike and Sure Strike, which is my right click. Your encounter abilities in Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition are supposed to be you can use these once per encounter. That's not really the case in this game. They just have a cooldown. So, in this particular case, it has a 14.8 second cooldown, according to the tooltip. Basically, this is a lot more like an MMO than it is Dungeons & Dragons. So, if you're familiar with Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition, don't expect it to work like that at all. Some of the abilities are similar, but, like, I'm reasonably sure that, say, Mighty Leap or Resonating Strikes, for example, isn't going to hit for 50 to 59 damage. Because it uses, the die system. I'm also reasonably sure that you're not going to be starting off with 348 hit points. So, yeah, basically, it's going to be a MMO style game. So, don't expect a Dungeons & Dragons rule system.
Press and hold the right mouse button to charge Reaping Strike for extra damage.
Ooh. It's like batter up there. If you find anybody with this symbol, they just have things to say. They don't have a quest, it's just communication. It's like if I walk up to this guy and go ///. Now this is what I was talking about being disappointed with in Age of Wushu last time. the combat here actually has some impact to it. It's like if I walk up to this guy and I use this, it'll seem like I actually nailed the crap out of him and his body went flying. You get particle effects and sound effects when you get hit. You know you got hit. It just feels good. They did a really good job with the combat here. I've tried several of the classes, and they all seem to feel really, really well. You do have a stamina bar right here. This thing above the what appears to be a... Is that a 20-sided die? Yeah, that probably is. Yeah. This dice, once you have your daily powers, as you fight, it fills. When it's maxed, you can activate your dailies. A lot of the stuff that they changed from, like, 4th edition is, well, it's for sake of sanity. I can't actually go in there yet. Oh, well. I am going to switch now to my rogue and show you some, well, less lame combat. I will be right back. Here we go. This is my rogue. Very stabby. And in here is an instance. This is an adventure area. It's part of the city, and it's invaded by orcs. You'll just see monsters around, and you have to fight them. And in some cases, just butcher the hell out of them. You find they drop weapons and stuff. You pick them up. That's a longsword. I can't use longswords, despite the fact that I'm a rogue. And in Dungeons & Dragons, rogues can use longswords. It's a little disappointing. I'm going to go in here. This is an instance. The instances are what really make this game interesting, because these are, well, crafted solo things. I have no idea what's in this one. I have never been in it. Now, over here, we have a trap. I assume I can see it because I'm a rogue. Got some freaking rogues over here. Why is he reading? Was he casting from a scroll? That's awesome! I do not have the ability to stealth yet. I think I will get that next level up. Which actually isn't far off. You have danger circles, and you can avoid a lot of damage by relocating. Like, if I dodged, that wouldn't have hit me. Is that a... Ooh, that's the first lockbox I've found. You do not Wolverine health. You need to use potions. But potions are also pretty inexpensive, so... And these are collection nodes. Each class has a certain node that they can always harvest. The other nodes they can harvest if they have kits, and kits can be purchased from vendors. What is... Huh, apparently I didn't step on that. Okay. Now, over there we got ourselves an enforcer, so I'm going to throw some daggers at him. And stun the crap out of him, and bye. The combat is surprisingly satisfying. It is done really well, and you also have this type of thing. Scrolls. You pick them up, and you actually get information about the world and so on for people who want to read up on that stuff. I'm not all that interested right now, but it's nice that it's there. This trail shows you where to go in quests. You can actually toggle it, which is useful for people who don't want to follow sparkly trails all over the place. Damn it, you're a freaking archer, aren't you? That scroll didn't do you any good, did it? What is... Oh, that's a trap again. Previous missions haven't had traps this frequent. This is good to see. Whoop. Come this way, please. You're just going to stand there. Okay. Yeah, those big brute guys tend to be the problems. The mooks are just really easy to kill. You can just hack right through them. It's like, this is my Q ability. And my E ability is that thing of just a giant sword swipe. Like right here, this is a dungeoneering node. Since I have a kit, I have a 75% chance of actually getting the stuff. Which didn't work because that kit broke. But I have another kit, so... Nope, that one broke, and no, I can't harvest it anymore. But being a rogue, I can access all the thieving nodes 100% successfully. Gives you kind of a reason to bring along a full party. One problem I have run into is... Jeez, go away. Is there... It seems to be this odd hitching with the frame rate. It's like, I don't know if you'll be able to notice it in the video, but there's like pulse, 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 pulse. Where there's like just a little bit of frame drop every second or so. I don't know if it's my computer or if it's the game. I haven't been able to check as of yet, but it is a little bit irritating. It's not something that I've run into with other games. Stunned and done. Oh, freaking sniper ambush. Now, these missions, they haven't been particularly long, but I assume that they can be of a length. Because, you know, that'd be silly if it couldn't be. There we go. Yeah, if you harvest one of these, you get resources. I assume that this stuff is for, well, crafting. There's also occasionally items. I think I found a dagger in one of them once. It's actually a pretty good dagger, too. I walked right past that. Why didn't it trip? Oh, well. I guess it's not a very good trap, even if it is a trap. Usually these little instance dungeons end with a boss fight. And the boss fights, after you finish them, you get a... Damn it. Die, damn it. Thank you. What's that? It's a bottle. What's the bottle do? It's a single malt. There's lore on that for some reason. Okay. But I have potions, so I will just drink those. I'm hoping only the rogues get to see the traps light up like that. Because that would make sense. Ooh, I just leveled up. I'll take care of that after I apparently stealthed by mistake because I hit tab. Okay, come on. You go away. Fine, I'll use my ult. And by ult, I mean my daily. Where I just, like, stab the living hell out of people. Alright, now what dropped over here? Because it was a big question mark. guess I picked it up. Alright, what does this level up get? This is the first time that I've reached level 10, so we have Stealth, which is my tab power. Allows you to move undetected for a short time. Also allows you to backstab people. Excellent. I also now have access to these. These are daily abilities. So I can pick up Whirlwind of Blades. Whip your daggers out around you, dealing major or minor damage, but gaining power for each enemy you hit. Or Lurker's Assault. Adds 20% damage to your attacks, and your stealth meter regenerates very quickly. Interesting. I think I'll take a point into Whirlwind of Blades, but I can't equip it there yet. I can, however, equip another daily power. Wish I'd been paying attention. So then I would have put a point into Death Strike, so I could have used that too. Okay. I'll equip Whirlwind of Blades then, and see how that works. There is a cooldown when you equip things, apparently. Now, we also got an ability increase. Increase ability score. Ah. I'm gonna go with the basics, but this is good to know. I'll have to figure out how stats actually affect your character. And we also have a feat. So we can actually look at the feats here. Saboteur, Scoundrel, or Executioner. So for the moment, we can pick between Toughness, increased health, chance to hit, or Action Point. Not sure what Combat Advantage translates to in this game. So I got a point, so I will put it into here because that seems kind of useful. Have a heroic and yeah, okay. And then over here we got Paragon. Don't know what that means. I am going to finish up this dungeon because I may as well at this point. And then I will, well, sum up the end of this video. Your cause is just, so you're burning a city to the ground. Woohoo. I do like how money just flies out of them. It's very Diablo-esque. Oh, so that's my stealth meter. So if I hit... Oh, never mind. Here's the boss. So if I hit tab, I disappear. And I can stealth for a fair bit of time, actually. Oof. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This guy is actually pretty easy. It's all of his ads that are a problem. What is that? Yeah, just go away here, sniper. Alright. Sorry about that. Someone was at the door. And what is this? Ah, yes, it's thievery. More stuff. Okay. Every time you finish one of these runs, you get one of these treasure chests. And the treasure chest contains useful stuff. Like in this case, a dagger of swiftness, which is better than what I have, but also a level higher than I am. So I can't actually equip it yet. So I will put it in the don't lose it bag. There we go. And this I can actually equip. And it looks the same. Oh well. And when you finish the missions, you leave, and it's just a standard quest from there. You just go back to the guy who gave you the quest, and he finishes it. And a lot of times you show up in weird spots compared to where you entered. That may or may not have more quests.
Running behind schedule.
Oh god, no. Did they seriously have him get shot in the knee?
Could you help me, please? I have to make an important delivery, but
God, please tell me they don't say it.
this chest contains vital components requested by one of my employer's biggest customers.
They don't. Oh, thank God.
Chest to Matari Printal at the Seven Sons Costume
Wow.
and Protector's Enclave. She runs the profession supply business there. I'm sure she will make it worth your while.
Apparently it wants me to learn how to do professions next. Oh well. There is one last thing that must be covered before I leave, and that is this. The cash shop, or the Zen Mart as it is here. There's also mail, but yeah. Who cares about that? They have an interesting mechanic here, and they pretty much took it from Guild Wars. You can purchase Zen from other players for the in-game currency, which is Astral Diamonds. But the thing is, it's not the main in-game currency, but it is. Here, let me bring up my inventory and show you. If you look at currencies, or riches, you have money, which is silver, gold, copper. You have Zen, which is the cash shop exclusive money. You have glory, which I assume is PvP. And you have Astral Diamonds. Now, apparently you get Astral Diamonds through various quests. There's daily quests that are unlocked once you reach level 10. There's a way to extract them once every hour or so, but I haven't run into that yet. I'm sure that the game will explain it sooner or later. You also get them from PvP events and some other sources. So basically you earn the Astral Diamonds as you play. Astral Diamonds appear to be the currency of choice for trading with other players, because it's rarer than gold, and for purchasing higher end max level type gears. The diamonds that you collect are rough, and they have to be refined into Astral Diamonds, and you can only refine so many rough diamonds in a single day. So there is like a limit on how much you can create. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how much of these you get, but it seems like it's a fair bit, because they were talking about like 500 can be collected every hour, and you get like 1,000 from finishing quests, or the daily quests, things like that. Now, let's look at the actual cash shop. Zen has it's pretty much a 1-to-1. 1 Zen equals 1 penny in value. So if something costs, like this one, which costs 1,000 Zen for the greater bag of holding, that's $10. This is 350. That's $40. Some of this stuff is really, really highly priced, but for the most part, it all seems to be cosmetic stuff, like mounts and so on. I assume that you get mounts yourself at some point in the game. And even then, there's like this guy who's $5, which isn't terrible. I mean, it's a free to play. They're always going to gouge you on something. But $40 for this, just because you want to ride around a heavy warg, or the heavy howler, or whatever. These are, I assume that they are just special skins versus something. It's like in here you've got this guy, a $30 rock elemental companion. And that's just kind of like, wow, that's expensive. Of course, there's also honey badger, which, let's face it, that's definitely something that they somebody's probably bought already. Words, I don't know what those are. Is that like a Dota type multiplayer in here or something? Whatever. The one thing that I don't see in here is anything that seems like it would just flat out break the game. You can't buy weapons, you can't buy power exactly. You have to purchase keys to unlock those chests and things, like what we found earlier. Oh, I got more random stuff. Scrolls of identification aren't even for sale in here, for example. You purchase those using in-game currency. It'd be really easy for them to overdo it. But if you look at services, and these are the types of things that you may actually need or want to purchase. That's a lot of random stuff happening. Character slots, $5. Companion slot, $3.50. Bank slots, $6. Rename is $4. Re-specking your character is $6. Changing your appearance is $2. It's really not that steep compared to other games, so I can't really fault them here. This actually seems like a solid cash market. Or cash shop. And that's actually really good to see. But, yeah. That pretty much sums up everything that I have to say about the game at the moment. I will probably... I will probably do a second video once I've unlocked the Foundry, or played a bit more, and have some more experience with the game. But right now, it is showing a lot of promise, a lot more promise than I was expecting. The combat's fun, I was about to say that I haven't found any bugs or problems, but then I managed to get myself stuck in a rock. Of course, they probably weren't expecting me to go up here. Anyway, until I figure out how to, get unstuck from the rock, thank you for watching, and if you want to check this out, I will have a link in the comments below. Until next time.